is set to get us started.
And we are underway from MetLife Stadium.
Fields it right around the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Commanders.
And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. And it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory. So they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
That was Patrick Peterson from his cornerback spot whirling in for the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards the pickup there. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. They still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in there.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Ready? Ringo! Hey, check that.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of the game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Giants at 9-6 now. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
2nd and 5.
Wide open receiver complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Ready.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
On the double.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Again, it's Barkley. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go now. Check pitch. Set hunt.
Up the middle with Barkley. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Ready up.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Ready.
Looking to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Commanders are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
Here we go. Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
On the set.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reaction to those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Out of the shotgun, they run with... Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball was not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Uses the stiff arm. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll look to throw. He's got Bellinger. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to throw again. Quick throw to Barkley. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And the Giants are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Barkley will score. Touchdown, New York.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
On the move to his left. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is, we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Commanders are going to have it here just past the 25.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew's got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
He'll get that one to Carter, complete.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up second down. Now back to throw.
Back-to-back catches here for Carter.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He'll look to throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Back to throw now on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there as time expires in the first half.
And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen. But when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Out route pass complete to Bellinger.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he will have a Giants first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 47.
Barkley, inside handoff.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
2nd and 2. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll set up a throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 26.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Mevis knocks this one through.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll look to throw here. He finds his man complete. That's Potter. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
Ready.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
2nd and 7.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku,
Finding space at the 40.
and they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely love.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Washington.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Bass. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Bellinger hauls it in out left side.
A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll set up to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Daniel Bellinger, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a two-point conversion. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
It got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Commanders extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go into the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots.
Here we go.
And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He's got Bellinger. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35.
Back to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Again, he'll drop to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come out with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee.